going on, guys? It's SuperKamiGuru9000. I'm Corey, and joined with me is Christian, and it's ninja time. It's Naruto chapter 553.
Okay, you guys, so Naruto chapter 553 starts off with Naruto using a brand new Rasengan. It's called Rasengan Planet. It makes perfect sense. It's a Rasengan with little Rasengans around it, and it also makes sense because the Rasengan's all about spinning, so more things spinning around, you know, it's very Rasengan-like. And Naruto ends up missing his attack on Mu. This is because Mu is a sensor type and can obviously sense all that massive chakra sneaking up behind him, you know, not going to do peekaboo on his ass anytime soon. And then Naruto, heeding Itachi's words, asks for help from his teammates, and Gaara puts a little island of sand in the air and he jumps off of it to attack Mu.
And being the unpredictable ninja that Naruto is, he gets to use his Kyuubi arms in two ways. As Christian was saying, he bounces off of Gaara's sand with one Kyuubi arm, but he's not quite close enough to move. So what happens? Another Kyuubi arm actually comes out from his regular hand with the Rasengan Planet on it, and it slams right into Mu. And there's a really, really great panel they show, and you can see the destructive power of this brand new Rasengan. When it hits Mu dead on, it actually creates this almost giant tornado-looking effect, and it just smacks Mu, and he slams through these huge pillars Dragon Ball style, almost like Goku just punched Vegeta through them, and it just looks so awesome.
So boom goes the dynamite. And Mu is slammed into the ground, just like Corey was saying, Dragon Ball Z style like, and before anything can happen, the Tsuchikage is right behind him, and he starts putting a jutsu on him, so his arms are heavy, so he can't do any more seals or make any more dust element or tri-beam ha and any of that junk. And sorry man, it all harkens back to DBZ at the end of the day on some level. And then Gaara comes along and ends up sealing him, but before he can seal him, he gives him a warning that he shouldn't trust them. But this could be two things: foreshadowing, or it could be that the old have their ways and the new have the better way, which is a theme we see a lot in Naruto, you know, overcoming the tradition and learning to accept others.
So with Mu finally sealed up, Naruto is taken back by Gaara and his awesome abilities, and he lets him know that outright. And knowing that he's not the only one there helping out, he reassures the old Tsuchikage. He's like, wow, you did pretty good too, little old man. And Tsuchikage's got this great look on his face. He's just like, damn, fucking little whippersnapper. I'm the Tsuchikage, you know. And after that, we cut away back to the battlefield with the French Mizukage. You cannot stop the clam. You know, he's pretty much taken out all of these nameless ninja. You can see the whole battlefield. Everybody's just down on the ground, and they're all screwed.
He's like, so either none of you really wanted to beat me, or I'm just that awesome. So Naruto Killer B... Fuck!
That could be
Killer B is not in this chapter. Naruto, Gaara, and the old man Tsuchikage are having a conversation as they fly over to take on the other two Kages. And Gaara's like, hey man, should you be using this much chakra? You know, because he's an extra-gen Shiriki. And Naruto's like, don't worry about me, man.
We can see here that Naruto is continuously beaming with that shonen energy. He's like, yes, I can do this, I can win, yes, yes, yes!
Yes, 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 I can win, I feel great, I can do this!
What are you doing?
Nothing.
We finally go back to the battle with the Raikage against Tamari and her group of ninja, and we can see here that they are just completely beaten by this guy. Her wind net technique didn't work, and, you know, she's pretty much winded, pun intended. But we basically learned that the Raikage is more of a badass than we actually thought. We get a little of a minor backstory about him. We find out that he actually died when he was defending his team against 10,000 ninja, and he fought against them for 3 days and 3 nights. He's basically the ninja equivalent of King Leonidas.
This is Sparta!
And I'm sorry, I put a 300 reference in here, but come on, you guys knew you were all thinking of the Spartans when you read that part about him defending against the 10,000 ninjas.
Okay, Tamari's looking pretty desperate because she knows she's the only wind user, and they need range attacks to bring down the Raikage because the guy's a close combat master and he's so fast, if he gets near you, you're done. And she's really worried because there's no one else that knows wind techniques. Except me! And then Naruto jumps in and he's looking real badass. And he also comes in on the sun, which is something that's pretty symbolic when you get to the next page in this chapter.
And before Naruto can even start to fight the Raikage, unexpectedly, we cut to the dark depths of an Akatsuki hideout. And who do we find in there? But White Zetsu, who's getting hit with a big blast from Amaterasu. And who's doing it? Freaking Sasuke Uchiha, he is back. And not only that, but he has some brand new techniques up his sleeve. Not only does he have a brand new Susanoo, which has the ability to create an Amaterasu sword, but we can see in the very last panel that he has his new Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan eyes. And they have a new design to them, and they look completely awesome. And that's where the chapter comes to an abrupt but awesome end.
Okay, guys, so Naruto chapter 553. Fucking great chapter. Do I even need to say it? I mean, it was an awesome chapter. We got story, we got action, we got the two biggest characters doing awesome things in this chapter. I mean, Sasuke didn't do too much, but it wasn't about him doing things, it was about the revelation. And honestly, I was super happy reading this chapter.
Same thing here. I mean, Naruto's just been giving and giving lately. You know, not only from the side characters, but lately Naruto has just been tearing shit up. Obviously in this chapter, I loved his Rasengan Planet technique. I thought that was really cool, especially the way it looks when the technique finishes. You know, before when he used Rasengan on people, they would typically just fly away and get hit by it. But now that there's this giant tornado that actually like flies out of them,
kind of reminded me of like Zoro last One Piece. You know, like I wanted to see Naruto say it'll stop at the end of hell. You know, when he was like destroying Mu.
But it looked really, really cool. Again, I like the fact that Naruto took Itachi's advice and he's actually starting to work with Gaara and his teammates a lot better. I can't wait to see how he's going to team up with Tamari in the next chapter. That'll be great to see them working together. But of course, the bit with Sasuke at the end, you know, that was the biggest deal of this chapter, really. We haven't seen Sasuke in a long time. This is the first time we've seen him since he was given Itachi's eyes, and he has his brand new Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. But what's interesting to note is his Susanoo has actually taken on a brand new appearance. You know, before we've seen the multiple forms of Susanoo, you know, you have the initial skeleton form, and then the cloth, and then the armor and everything. But this time it looks completely different. It actually looks like a bird. There's like a beak coming out of it, and I actually like to compare it to the Japanese Tengu, which is like a Japanese mythological creature, and it's like a Tengu Susanoo. But another thing that's cool to note is, you know, the Susanoo always has the two different arms, and you can see it in the last panel. One of them looks almost like a bomb version of Amaterasu, and he also seems to be using a sword, kind of like Itachi's Susanoo, but it seems to be made out of the Amaterasu flame, and that's what he uses to attack White Zetsu, and that's a whole other thing right there with White Zetsu. We've assumed at this point that Madara actually had White Zetsu watching over Sasuke, and you can tell that this is that one because you can see a part of his face is missing, because this is the one that connects to Black Zetsu. So it's kind of interesting because we don't actually know if this is the end of White Zetsu and how this is going to affect the other half. So, you know, we can only see what happens from here. Personally, I don't think White Zetsu's going down that easily. We've seen before that he suffered some serious attacks, especially at the Kage Summit, and he was able to get right back up. But this is Amaterasu we're talking about. This is a Sharingan technique. It could be really, really powerful. And, you know, it's just great to finally, you know, I never thought I'd be happy to see Sasuke again. But, you know, I can't wait to see what he's going to do on the battlefield. His motives are still kind of unclear. I don't know if he's going to be with Madara anymore. I seriously doubt it.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's just going to go onto this battlefield and tear shit up. And the fact that both him and Naruto have some brand new techniques, I can only imagine what their clash is going to be like.
That's the first thing that I'm the most excited about reading next chapter is going to be, where is Sasuke going? Like, that's something I just can't wait to find out. I can't wait to see who he runs into first. Things like that. That's going to be, I think, the best development coming up. So for rating this week, you guys, I think it's pretty obvious we have to give this one the coveted 10 out of 10. Just because we got Naruto. We got Sasuke's new eyes. We got a Kage going down. We got Tamari and Naruto teaming up for next chapter. We got Sasuke set up for an awesome start to this war in his personal appearance. I mean, 10 out of 10. It's that easy.
Alright guys, it's that time of week again, the time where we ask you our questions about this week's chapter. My question this week has to deal with White Zetsu, and I want to know what you guys think. Was he actually defeated by the Amaterasu sword? Or is he going to survive somehow? And if he is defeated, how is this going to affect his other half, Black Zetsu? And even more so, how is this going to affect the entire Zetsu clone army? Just let us know with your comments below.
Also, I want to ask you guys, where is Sasuke going? I mean, he just busted out of that cave and he's like, I'm going into the light. I don't know what that means. But, you know, he's going to kick ass next chapter. And where do you assume he will probably end up next chapter? Also, if you just want to let us know what you thought of this chapter, leave a comment below. Okay, you guys, it's that time again, too. Please give us a thumbs up if you enjoy these videos, as it helps get our videos around the YouTube anime community. And I just got an email. That's what that noise was. Okay, also, I want to promote this video that I did earlier this week. It was an interview with Lord of Ice 72. We had a great conversation. It's like 40 minutes long, and you get to learn about Lord of Ice. And honestly, I am really, really enjoying the interview series that we have started. And if there's someone you want to see us interview, send us a PM or leave a comment with who you want us to interview. And also send them a PM and comment, because I'm sure if they see more people want to see these interviews, they'll come and we can make some more. Can't wait. So until next time, you guys, SuperKamiGuru9000 out.